It's day 20 of the Arizona Trail. It is a new day, a new start. And I've started the climb a little bit early. I didn't get as high up as I wanted to. But this is the Salt River upstream of the Roosevelt Dam by Roosevelt Lake. I camped at about 2,200 feet last night, and the climb out of Roosevelt Lake goes to almost 6,000 feet. So that's my goal for today. And I wanted to do some of it last night because as we found out, doing that climb out of Roosevelt Lake in the heat of the day can make me cry. But with the way my day was going yesterday, I figured that would probably be the day I step on a rattlesnake and have to be earlifted out. So I just camped at the first place I found. It was near the road and there were cars going by, but I was just so physically and emotionally exhausted from yesterday that I just fell right asleep. And you know, it's funny, I mean, those things happen on the trail, and like I held it together pretty well when I got to the marina and they were closed and I was talking to the lady, but as soon as she had mentioned that I had to go somewhere else for water, that's kind of what triggered it, because I was out of water, my mouth was dry and sticky, and there was cold Gatorade right there. I had money and there was cold Gatorade right there, and I tried to get that out, but it was just tears and sobs, and the whole time I'm consciously going, this isn't necessary, stop, 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 but like the tear ducts were like, no, this is necessary. And I was like trying to tell people, just like, I'm fine, I'm just exhausted, but like I'm doing that with tears streaming down my face. So it wasn't one of my proudest moments, but it does happen on the trail, and it's a new day and feeling good so far. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. Got a pretty sunrise happening over here. The lake is just kind of over here. It's hidden by these hills right now, but the sunrise is pretty. I'm going through these grasses again. Some of them can get a little tall. I was talking to another hiker yesterday, Mary Poppins, and she said that she bangs her sticks, her hiking poles, when she goes through the really high stuff. And I was doing that too yesterday. But she does that to kind of scare out any animals, which is also why I do it. But she was explaining why she was doing it the other day to another hiker, and while she was explaining it, she had a snake slither through her legs mid-stride. So I am making sure to have extra effort to do that today as well, since hearing that story. But that sunrise is really nice. That's gorgeous. Still walking through these hills as the sun starts to heat everything up, and I am headed towards these mountains over there, and I can see shade. I can see the line of green on them. I just hope I can get at least somewhat close to that shade before this heats up. But you know, if I can't, I'll just take it slow. Again, yesterday I would have liked to have gone a little bit further so I could be a little closer to the shade earlier, but last night I probably stopped at the appropriate spot. Heading this way. Looking back, you can still see the lake. I'm kind of up in the green now. As you can see, the green is not super tall, but it does at least cast some shadow sometimes. And yeah, I've just been walking these hills that I was showing earlier, and it's getting a little warm, admittedly, but I'm getting close to my first water source, which is Buckthorn Creek. Buckthorn Creek. Beautiful sight, this clear flowing water. I'm going to not only fill up my water supply, I'm also going to mix up some electrolytes, just because I think I'm going to sweat today a lot. Look at the views now. I am up here in the mountains, surrounded by gnats. Just won't leave me alone. But the view looking down to Lake Roosevelt is really nice. And I still have a little bit more ascent to do, but it's not going to be as steep as it was. Well, this is a pretty sight. I'm hiking through the Four Peaks Wilderness, and I have to assume this is why it's called the Four Peaks Wilderness. Those look like four peaks to me. And back here we're still getting great views of Roosevelt Lake. And there's a nice breeze. So these parts that are not shaded do bake, but then this is following the mountains, so there are twists and turns that are shaded, and those shaded spots feel fantastic. So even though we're not like in a forest, I still appreciate on hot days this kind of vegetation way more than the stuff that was lower in elevation. So here's a little bit of that lovely shade right here, and we'll probably get another view of the Four Peaks. Alright, what is this? Rattlesnake number 6. Seeing some new species of rattlesnake in this section. For a while it was just the same species. So again, I'm going to back off because there's really no way to go around him on the trail. And hopefully when I get out of what he thinks is an immediate threat, he will move off the trail. Alright, so that's what I'm doing now. I don't know what it is about these rattlesnakes further north, but he didn't budge. I had to bushwhack around him. See if I can find him in the screen. He's still there. Still there and coiled. I waited several minutes. But I guess he owns that part of trail. Anyway, I'm around him now, moving forward. Look at the peaks now. Right underneath them. I can see the trail. It's gonna go this way and around. So waiting for the big trees. But there's a nice cool breeze, and every once in a while I'm getting shade, and this is gorgeous. Rattlesnake 7. Whew, that guy scared me. You get a good look at him. And then we'll move on. This is Shake Spring, and I'm actually really, really glad to see it, because this trail today has actually been pretty grueling. It's been pretty rocky and steep in times, and you know, it's been hot at times, and I'm running low on water, and I'm, you know, further behind the pace that I thought I'd go today. So this is my last water stop, probably. So I'm going to fill up for tonight and for dinner and to make it to the next water source tomorrow. So it's going to be a heavy carry from here, but nice, clear, flowing water. This may be the last look we get at Roosevelt Lake. It's a big lake, and I've been following it pretty much all day. So you can see the sun is going down. It's kind of setting. The trail is now following this forest road, and maybe about a mile up, I think, is where the good camping starts. So I'm not sure I'm gonna make it there before dark, but I'd rather set my tent up in the dark than, you know, sleep on an angle and not get a good sleep. So that's where I'm headed. I'm just kind of chasing the daylight at this point. Oh, and there's another really good look back at the lake. So you can see behind me, maybe, the sun has just set. It's spectacular. And I'm still walking to the campsite. So that's where I'm going to end the video for today. It was a more normal day on the Arizona Trail. No meltdowns. I did swallow 4 gnats. It's an exhausting day, but you know, it was a better day. So that's where I'm going to leave it on day 20.